I was reading an article about Stephen Spielberg recently, a crazy story I had actually never heard before. Spielberg was enrolled in college in the 60s at Cal State Long Beach, trying to earn his BA with an option in film and video production. But he dropped out 3 years later, just a handful of credits shy of completing his degree. The year after he got out, Spielberg made his short film Amblin that showed at the Atlanta Film Festival, got him a contract with a Hollywood studio, and then launched his career. In the meantime, life happened and Spielberg never went back to college. But in 2001, he contacted the school to figure out what he would need to go back and complete his degree. Obviously, he didn't need to go back for some form of credentials so he could get a higher paying job. He went back because it was important to him to show his kids that he finished college, even though he was already famous. So the college allowed him to register under a pseudonym to protect his privacy and finish up most of his classes via independent study projects. And a year later, he was finally able to get his BA. Hilariously, he was able to get credit for his advanced filmmaking class by turning in his film Schindler's List as the final project. A couple of the film professors said, "I think that counts as an advanced 12-minute polished film, and it would have been ridiculous to ask him to come back and make another film." So, what's my point here? Spielberg certainly didn't need to go back to college and finish his film degree. He probably never needed to go to begin with. I get a lot of questions from younger students trying to decide whether or not they should go to film school, and my answer is always the same. There's nothing wrong with going to school for film. You'll certainly learn some things, but you definitely don't need to. The most valuable skills you'll learn in filmmaking are the ones you'll learn by actually making films, and you don't need to go to school to do that. By the way, this applies to acting as well. And the fact that you did not go to school for acting or for filmmaking should certainly not stop you from acting or making films on your own, even if you've never done so before. The truth is, thousands of people are making films or acting on camera every day, and most of them didn't go to school for it. If you want a real-world education and learn the important practical concepts that you can put into practice in front or behind the camera from day one, then Guerrilla Film School is the right place. I've been working to put together a great program that will be launching in the next few weeks. So if it sounds like something you'd be interested in learning more about, write me back at brian@guerrillafilmschool.com to let me know some of the things you'd be most interested in learning more about.